Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we got some breaking news, of course, right as I dropped today's earlier update video, in regards to not MW3, not Warzone, but actually Call of Duty 2024. And it's some seriously game-changing news if these leaks and rumors end up actually coming to fruition later on in 2024. So as we get into the details, if you enjoy the video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. It would be really appreciated. And if you're new to the channel or if you have not already subscribed, every single day I got you covered with all things going on in Call of Duty, whether it's news, updates, leaks, you name it, it is all right here. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. But this information is stemming from Windows Central, an article from Jez Corden that was published today in regards to Call of Duty 2024 and some new insider information that they've heard about this. Call of Duty 2024 is indeed Black Ops set during the Gulf War in the early 90s. Now, for really years now, surprisingly, we've seen leaks and rumors about COD 2024, you know, dating back to during the Vanguard era. We were already starting to see some word of this. And now as it's getting closer and closer, you know, about a year out now at this point, we're getting more information. And some of this is seriously, you know, game changing. As I mentioned, it's stuff that we've never seen before. So what you need to know, the general rundown. As expected, the next Call of Duty is indeed another entry in the long-running Black Ops series. It's going to be developed by Treyarch, who hasn't had a COD game since Black Ops Cold War, and that would make this Black Ops game the longest developed COD in history. It would be a 4-year development cycle, the longest ever. So that and that alone is going to build expectations. Whether you like it or not, there is going to be a high bar already set just based off of development time alone, especially when you see what Sledgehammer did in 16 months on MW3, making a game that has had a smoother launch than MW2 and Vanguard in the past that were full developments basically. You know, 4 years, having that extra year development time in addition to all the information that they've now gathered throughout the COD HQ, the bar is going to be set high, and there's a lot of expectations going into this COD game. Apparently, it's going to be focused on the CIA, and the next Black Ops is set in the Gulf War and will examine the United States' role in the conflict. Previous leaks point to a return of round-based zombies modes and remastered maps from the previous Black Ops entries. There has been other rumors, other leaks in the past couple of months saying that yes, round-based is returning. We're going away from this Outbreak or DMZ zombies style mode and going back to classic round-based, which I know a lot of zombies fans want. But also, this could potentially be another 2-year era of Call of Duty where in 2025, we see a Black Ops 2 sort of remaster in a sense, similar to this year, how we have sort of like the MW2 remaster stuff. Long in development, Treyarch is gearing up to show off its latest entry in this series, as most have been expecting for some time now. Via multiple sources familiar with Activision's plans, we can now confirm that Call of Duty 2024 is indeed Black Ops, but we now have more details on the theme. Black Ops 6, because we don't know exactly what it's going to be called yet, is currently being heavily referred to internally by code names, and its formal name may not be fully decided yet. However, given that Treyarch dropped the enumerated name for its last entry in Cold War, if we follow that convention, it could be that this next game is going to be titled Black Ops Gulf War. I think it's kind of a strange name. I think Black Ops 6 would probably be a better way to go about it, but hey, regardless of what it's called, that doesn't really matter too much at the end of the day. Set in the Gulf War, focus on the CIA as mentioned. According to multiple sources familiar with Activision's plans, COD 2024 will sport the Black Ops moniker and once again follow some of the West's shadowy military dealings in global conflict scenarios. Black Ops 6 will take place during the Gulf War. Indeed, Black Ops 6 will lean more into a traditional military combat technology and familiar Black Ops gadgetry as opposed to the current and near future tech we've seen from Modern Warfare and some other recent Call of Duty titles. So this will be more like classic Call of Duty gameplay, something Treyarch for the most part has always sort of been rooted in, you know, dating back to Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. You know, obviously it went away from that a little bit with Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, but more so like what we've seen from them in the past. From what we've been told, Black Ops 6 will attempt to explore a nuanced narrative of the Gulf War with a critical focus on different participants within the conflict. As previously shared on Twitter, Call of Duty 2024 will feature maps returning from the Black Ops franchise, including Grind and WMD. Game file leaks also point to round-based zombie modes returning. MW3 Zombies mode has been criticized for its time limits and lack of round-based play. We can also confirm from the obvious sources too that zombie modes are indeed returning. Now that in and of itself is not a surprise. We know zombies is going to be in a Black Ops title. Now this is where things get very interesting and game-changing, franchise-changing almost in a sense. We've also heard that Activision is exploring a large pre-order early access bonus for Black Ops 6, with several days for the base game and maybe even weeks for access to the zombie mode. Now, we know zombies is Treyarch's bread and butter. That's like sort of their main mode. Now, their multiplayers have also been phenomenal over the years. BO2, it's a top 2 MP in my opinion. But zombies, Treyarch shines with that as opposed to the other studios. And with zombies sort of being under all the heavy criticism as of late in recent years, they really want to go all in on promoting the COD 2024 zombies mode instead of just having those pre-order bonuses give you early access to the campaign maybe a week early, like they say, with several days for the base game being campaign. Sure, you might still get that a week before the full game drops, but then 2 weeks before that, you end up getting zombies access, so you can play round-based zombies for 2 to 3 weeks before multiplayer is there. Everyone can get an experience on that. Obviously, builds up a lot of engagement with the zombies mode. That would be absolutely nuts, and the first time anything like that's been done in franchise history. Activision Blizzard has also leaned heavily into the pre-order for early access trend recently, with World of Warcraft catching some backlash for the advantages it could impart via its pre-order access for the War Within. I don't really follow that stuff, but it's still Activision ran. Warzone will also naturally get its tie into the new Black Ops entry, as you might expect. As usual, Black Ops 6 is targeting a late fall and early winter launch, against the backdrop of criticism. So Black Ops 6, or whatever they eventually decide to call it, will launch within the shadow of MW3, which has become notoriously criticized because the campaign was way too short and it was developed in half the time of a normal Call of Duty game. Treyarch continues to contribute to Call of Duty projects, but COD 2024 will represent the longest development time Treyarch has ever put into a COD title it's leading. As such, some of the expectations will probably be higher than usual. So exactly what I was saying earlier on in the video. Now, it is important to note, this is like really the breaking news of this article. The early access periods here for campaign and zombies being weeks out instead of just one single week out. That's a lot of access you'd be getting early on. Obviously incentivizes the pre-ordering, which Call of Duty wants, but it's important to keep in mind as well, Call of Duty 2024 is going to be the first COD that is not launching under exclusivity. We know that Sony's current exclusivity contract that grants you access to, the first PlayStation beta weekend or various different bonuses in game like the combat packs or extra double XP days like what happened earlier on this week, that is still lasting through the end of this year, but the deal expires before COD 2024 drops in the fall. So that means that, on day 1 or maybe day -20, for instance, with the early access to zombies, that's going to be widely available on all platforms at the same time. No exclusivity. Any betas for this would be on all platforms at the same time. No exclusivity. Black Ops 6, Black Ops Gulf War, COD 2024, whatever you want to call it, is really going to be a serious changing point in the franchise. And we knew that before this information dropped today. This now stacks on top of that. So obviously this is still a ways out. We still got to get through all the seasons here in Modern Warfare 3. Like, this is a long ways out from being revealed, but crazy things already leaking, already surfacing via insider information, and the credibility is definitely there. The track record is there when you line up with various other bits of information that we've heard over time. So very interesting stuff for sure. Certainly was not news I was expecting to be talking about today, but nonetheless, here we are. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, you want to guarantee you're always up to date with all things going on in COD, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.